I'm going to talk about homework. And sometimes homework can be hard for kids. Trust me, I've gone through that with my 13-year-old. And it's a situation that, as every parent, is extremely frustrating. And yes, I will be quoting many executive functioning skills. So please make sure that you watch that particular video on executive functioning. So today, I'm going to speak about what to do and how you can help your children when homework is hard. Hey everybody, Coach Joe here. I'm an academic and an executive functioning skills coach for teens, and my passion is to help teens achieve their maximum potential. Today, I'm going to talk about homework. And sometimes homework can be hard for kids. Trust me, I've gone through that with my 13-year-old. And it's a situation that, as every parent, is extremely frustrating. And yes, I will be quoting many executive functioning skills. So please make sure that you watch that particular video on executive functioning. Welcome to Gifted Gabber's Sound Bites, where I share many tips and tactics that you can use easily at home with your children. So today, I'm going to speak about what to do and how you can help your children when homework is hard. And let me remind you again, the executive functioning skills that are needed for homework completion is task initiation, goal-directed persistence, sustained attention or focus, metacognition, basically questioning, hey, did I get this right? Working memory, the ability to recall something that was taught fairly recently. These are the executive functioning skills that are needed for homework. And I'm going to talk about 5 tips that you can easily implement to help your child to get going when homework gets hard. Step 2 is chunking into manageable parts. It's always good to break it down into steps, which is much more manageable than the whole homework, which is quite overwhelming. And also, it's a good idea that as soon as your child gets homework, they sit down and plan or map it out, right? Instead of just getting along doing it, just take some time to plan out the different steps. Like, for instance, break the homework down into 3 parts and do it on 3 days. So that's step number 2. Tip number 3, use visual aids. Even a simple thing like flashcard really helps with either homework or even studying for tests. There are online tools for flashcards like Quizlets that you can easily use, and also making charts, using highlighters, Post-its. Visual aids are like sort of colorful tools that like really energizes a child to do their homework. Also, kids who have a visual and kinesthetic way of learning, using visual aids like really helps them to complete their homework. Just not homework, just about every school deliverable that is there. Like, visual aids are extremely important. Tip 4 or step 4 is making a checklist. Oh, this is my absolute favorite. I mean, if you've seen me, I would just make checklists everywhere and Post-its in different places. It really helps. Even your child can make a checklist. Okay, you have to submit this homework, for instance, for the solar system, for instance. So what do? You make a checklist. Okay, number 1, you list out the planets. Number 2, you write down the features of the planets. Number 3, you look for instructions, what actually is being asked for the homework or for the project. And then number 4, you actually execute it. What is it that you need? What are the references that you need to do to complete it? And lastly, to complete it, right? So that is step 4 or tip 4. Last but not the least, the 5th tip is look for examples or samples. This is my absolute favorite. When your child is like struggling, just suggest, hey, why don't you look at a sample or an example of something similar? That really helps them give an idea as to what they can do to get started. So these were the 5 tips. I hope they were helpful for you. And yes, so that is my whole intention, is to share different strategies that I have learned and I continuously use with my 13-year-old and my students. So let me know if there is any other topic that you would like me to discuss or share. I would love that. And don't forget to subscribe to my email list and my Facebook group, Pioneer Parents. Until then, bye now.